Good morning, my beautiful people. So we're gonna do a quick story time. So when me and my ex, when we first got together, the one who passed away in February, and the one who was dragging me to leave me outside for dead, when we first got together, he introduced me to meth. And so we used to be at his uncle's house on the west side of Columbus all the time, just partying and everything. And let me say this, I don't have anything bad to say about his uncle. His uncle is some good people. And his uncle's house was like, I guess, the party house. There was a bunch of people over there, girls and guys, that partied all the time from the moment they, woke up till the time that they passed out. That's how it was, like a revolving door, literally. Well, I met this one guy over there. It was his uncle's good friend at the time. I don't think that they're friends anymore, but anyway, he was like this really older guy. He was probably like in his early 60s, late 60s. He was married, had grandkids and all that stuff, okay? And he always used to hit on me, but I always like laughed it off, like it's like a really old guy, like I was still doing my thing as far as meeting clients and everything, but my ex didn't know. He didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't want him to know, so I made sure that my clients didn't entail people that he knew, because I didn't want it to get back to him, Anyway, so speed up to maybe like 6 months later, right? At this point, I lost my house, I lost my kids, or my ex had my, kids, and I was in and out of jail at this point. I had a warrant out, and I was staying initially I was staying at his mom's house, my ex's mom's house, and then he ended up going to jail for 30 days. So during those 30 days that he was in jail, I was staying with his mom. And well, when he had gotten out of jail, like, he thought that I cleaned up, okay, that I stopped doing drugs and all this stuff, which absolutely not. I got worse. So when he realized that I got worse, like, we just went our separate ways. Well, actually, he left me on the west side of Columbus at his uncle's house, and his uncle was in jail. So since his uncle was in jail, his cousin was actually the one staying at his uncle's house while he was in jail. And I didn't have anywhere to go. Like, legit, he left me on the west side. I wasn't really familiar with the west side at this point. I mean, like, I've been there a few times, but not like this, you know what I mean? I didn't have no money. I didn't have, like, nothing. And anyways, so I get back in contact with, his uncle's friend, the older guy. And at this point, I guess his wife left him because he was smoking way too much meth. And his house started soon to become, what the uncle's house was, which was a lot of people in and out, getting high and, partying from the time they woke up till the time they passed out, if they passed out, because most of the time you don't pass out. So anyway, he wanted me to, stay with him, to move in with him. And at first I thought this opportunity, like, yeah, I'm going to take this opportunity because I don't have like a pot to piss in right now, and that's just what I'm going to do. And that's what I did. Well, apparently, a few of the girls there didn't like it. They didn't like it. This one girl really looked at me as a threat to I don't know what, but yeah, I guess, later on I find out that she also didn't have a pot to piss in, and she was using, and so she would go there and I guess act like she was the HBIC, the head bitch in charge or whatever. So anywho, I was there for about maybe a couple weeks, okay? During these couple weeks, now mind you, okay, before I got there, I had stolen a vehicle. That's what I used to do all the time too. Well, allegedly, I stole a vehicle. I already did my time for it anyway, so I stole a fucking vehicle, okay? And, well, I was in the process of selling this vehicle, but before I was, you know, before I sold it, I stashed it somewhere, okay? And, you know, so this person get their money together so I can get my shit, because I wasn't going to give them a vehicle without getting my money first. Anyway, my ex took it upon himself to take that vehicle and take it to the old man's house, you know, the man that wanted me to stay with him. Take it to his house, and they made an arrangement that he would give him like a gram or two of shit weekly for the fucking vehicle. Now, or I don't know if it was weekly or every other day, I don't know, but that's some geek shit, okay? And that's exactly what the fuck happened. So when I went over to his place, okay, I, you know, obviously in the driveway was the SUV that I fucking stole. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I know this SUV. This SUV looks really fucking familiar, right? And like, I'm looking at it, and it didn't have any tags. Not on the back, not on the front. So I'm like, this is the fucking vehicle that I fucking stole. I know it is. So I went inside and we had a conversation. He was like, why don't you just stay here? Because he knew I didn't have a place to go. Like, he knew my situation and all that shit. So I'm like, all right. And at this time, everything was out in the open. Everybody knew I was a trick or whatever. And including my ex. Well, I asked the guy, I asked the woman, I said, where'd you get that, you know, that SUV? Come to find out, you know, long story short, he tells me that my ex, you know, gave it to him, that he bought it from him, or whatever. So, during the 2 weeks that I was staying there, you know, I was driving the vehicle, you know, he was giving me money to go get, you know, food or cigarettes or, you know, whatever, and he would keep me, you know, pretty high and all that bullshit. Well, I remember the day before I was kicked out, okay? I was completely blown, all right? And I didn't feel too good, so I went into the room to lay down. And I woke up to him in between my legs, okay, and giving me oral. I pushed him the fuck off. At this point, I was completely fucking pissed. Dude, you just fucking violated me. Okay, now mind you, I heard about him before. I heard that he used to do this shit before. I heard it from 2 other girls, and everybody else was like, no, you know, he's not like that. Whoop-de-whoop. Yes, the fuck he is. He is. And so when I pushed him off of me, I said, look, dude, no, that's not cool. Okay, that's foul as fuck. So ever since then, after that night, like, he just seemed like a little standoffish or whatever. And because I guess that he thought just because I was a trick that he could do whatever the fuck he wants to me. And just because I don't have a pot to piss in, he's giving me that pot to piss in at that, you know, moment in time that I was going to let him do whatever the fuck. Absolutely not, sir. So the next day, you know, it's like a normal routine. People are in and out, all that shit. Well, he tells this one girl, okay, this girl thought that she really had something up on me, or she was his head bitch in charge, whatever. My phone's about to go dead. Anyway, and he tells her, like, hey, you know, you need to get Ashley out of here, you know, because what it was is plain and simple. Just because I checked his ass, he didn't want me there anymore, because I wasn't the, you know, one of the easy tricks that, you know, was there. And so the girl tells everybody, like, okay, well, it's time to wrap up, you know, he wants a clean house, and she looks at me and she was like, and that includes you. Who the fuck are you talking to like that? Now, mind you, when she told me this, I was high, and so I was like, what the fuck ever. I don't give a shit because I'm gonna be good regardless. So the next day, one of the girls that also had left, she, you know, me and her, you know, stuck around for a few days with each other, and she was like, hey, you need to go get that fucking car. You need to get that motherfucking car because you fucking stole it. And no. And so I was thinking, like, yeah, you know what, she's right, because even if he gets pulled the fuck over, I'm the one going down for it regardless, because when I went to test drive it, they have my license, so they have a copy of my license, and at this time I had my regular license on me. I didn't have a fake license on me, so they had my real name. So I'm like, yeah, you know what, you're right. So I walked my ass right the fuck over there, knock knock knock, and you know, I come in and I was like, look, I just didn't tell you, I'm taking the fucking car. That's just what it is. And he's like, no, you're not taking it. I said, the fuck if I ain't. Like, I'm fucking taking it. I fucking stole it. I'm fucking taking it. I don't know what kind of arrangement you had with, you know, this person, with my ex or whatever, but this ain't it. Okay, you kicked me the fuck out. You did some shady fucking shit. You tried to basically, technically fucking raped me. And when I checked your motherfucking ass, you know, you want to kick me the fuck out, and you didn't even have the balls to do it yourself. You had some other fucking trick bitch do it, and you know, this trick bitch thinks that she's somebody when she's really fucking not. No, I'm taking the fucking shit back. So that's what I did. Well, a week later, not even a whole week later, okay, you know, we're driving around and get caught in it. My motherfucking ass goes to jail, and who's there in the fucking holding cell? All the bitches that was at the fucking house. I guess they did a fucking sweep, or SWAT came and did a sweep, and yeah, the bitch that kicked me the fuck out, she was right there in the holding cell. I would say karma, but you know, my motherfucking ass was right along there with her, so fuck it.